Hey students, I just wanted to really quickly talk about the activity. Everything you need to know is already in text on Canvas, but sometimes it helps to hear about it a little bit. And first and foremost, I'm pretty lenient and open about how things are done. So what I really care about with this activity is that you build 3 different boats and that each boat progressively gets better than the last one. That you take time after you build each boat and test it to see what went well, what didn't go well, and then try and improve on the next time. So the only things you really need for this activity is tin foil. That's basically the only thing you have to have. Everything else is sort of optional and you can work with what you have. So what I'm doing, I've got tin foil here. I have some tape. If you guys have tape at home, you can use any kind that you have on hand. However, a lot of kids have done this activity without using any tape at all, so don't worry about tape if you don't have it. I would limit your tape to about 12 inches if you do have it though, so don't go crazy with the tape or else it kind of defeats the purpose of the activity. I've got scissors on hand for cutting the aluminum foil, but you can tear the aluminum foil by hand if you need to. So, and then all you need for weight is something that comes in like consistent increments. So whether that's like nails or change like pennies or quarters. I'm using golf balls. Even if you had like some rocks outside that were all a similar size, I mean whatever you have that you think will work. Silverware would probably work okay. So whatever a consistent unit of weight is that you can find around your house is something that you'll want to use to weigh the boat down on this activity. The other thing too, if you don't have a ruler to measure out exactly 12 inches of aluminum foil, because it's supposed to be 12 inches by 12 inches square, that's okay. Just make sure that every boat you build uses the same amount of aluminum foil as the last boat, and then you'll be totally fine that way. So again, don't sweat the details on this. I just want 3 boats. They should get progressively better as you go and be able to hold more and more weight. So for this one, really quick, I'm gonna cut and then just build a boat just to kind of give you guys an example. So I want, okay, so here I've got the boat that I made, and I've also got a piece of aluminum foil that was the same size as this boat that I've just smashed down into a little nugget. So even though these both have the exact same amount of aluminum foil, they have the same weight, they don't have the same density. Remember, density is the mass of something divided by its volume. And so this has a really big volume, this one. And so it's going to have a much smaller density than this one, which has, although it has the same mass, it's got a much smaller volume. It fits in my hand, where this one is spread out bigger than my hand. So even though they have the same weight, this one will float, that one will sink. So when you're trying to construct a boat, the ones that are going to float the best are going to be the ones that have the biggest volume. So you are limited to 12 inches by 12 inches, but the wider you can make your boat, the better. But there is kind of a trade-off there. If you make your boat so wide that the sides end up being really short, then water can come up over the sides really easily. So the trick for making a good tinfoil boat is to try and find a good balance between making a boat that is very wide and displaces a lot of water, but also a boat that has tall enough sides that the water can't just easily come up over the side and sink the boat. So it's going to be up to you to kind of figure out what that trade-off point is. Okay, when you're going to test your boats, whatever you're using for weight, you're going to want to put in 1 unit at a time. If I put 5 golf balls in at the same time and my boat sinks, I don't have any idea how much weight my boat held. And so we want to do it 1 at a time so that I have an accurate idea of exactly what my boat was holding. And then as I'm testing, I don't want to touch my boat. I just want to drop the weight in and let it float. So we're up to 5, there's 6, 7. Also, as I'm putting weight in my boat, I want to spread it out evenly as I'm putting it in so that I don't weigh one side down or the other and have it sink because it's uneven. So keep it even as you put the weight in. What are we at? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13. So there are 14 balls in the boat, but we would say that this boat held 13 because it sank when the 14th ball went in. just for reference, normally we would do this activity in class, and I would give you guys 1 square foot of tinfoil, like I did here. I was requiring students to be able to build a boat that held 30 golf balls. So I want you guys to really push yourselves and try and figure out how you can design a boat that will hold the most weight possible successfully.